What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV here, back here with another Tottenham update for you. And quite interesting update today, as Jose Mourinho has already found himself a new job. He is now the manager of Roma as of the start of next season, which means music to Daniel Levy's ears.
Money.
It sounds funny in Daniel Levy's world. But no, seriously, I think that he was on gardening leave with Tottenham Hotspur, which meant that we had to pay him his salary up until the end of his contract, until he found a new job. So now he's found a new job. It means that we only have to pay him up until the end of the Euros.
Yeah, reportedly it saves Tottenham up to £13 million. So Levy is absolutely delighted with this move. But look, fair play to Jose. Straight away, he could have easily assessed his options and just waited around for maybe a bigger job. But he's seen Roma, a big-sized club, and he's gone all out for it. And fair play to him to getting a job so quickly. And look, I wish him good luck. I hope he does well. I really do. And I wish him the best.
I have no ill feelings towards Jose Mourinho. I just didn't think he suited Tottenham. I just didn't think so.
You reckon he'll do a good job there, Roma?
Yeah, I think his football is suited to the Italian league for sure. We all saw what a job he did at Inter Milan. I think it was obviously a much different job, but I think he'll do a good job at Roma. I have no doubt about it.
Yeah, no surprise now that Fonseca was announced early this morning. He was going to be leaving Roma, and the news only broke this afternoon that Mourinho is joining Roma. So
at least they have a plan.
Yeah, exactly. They know exactly what they're doing. They dealt with their manager vacancy very, very quickly, and I think it's a challenge for him. And I've got respect for that. The fact that he's had a hard time at Tottenham, didn't work out for him, but he hasn't sat there feeling sorry for himself. He's gone on to the next challenge. Yeah, and he hasn't taken another break. So I respect that.
I don't know if you saw on Instagram. After he left Spurs, every day he was just posting another trophy he'd won on Instagram just to rub it in our faces. It seems like he was posting his CV on Instagram and he's got a job already. So
look, I think we failed Jose more than he failed us.
Oh, completely.
That's the truth.
Completely.
As much as he definitely did very many things wrong at Tottenham, and he obviously he failed, no doubt about it. He failed. We definitely failed him more than the other way around.
Completely.
So I've got no ill will towards Jose, and I think in another time period he could have done a good job. But it is what it is with Jose.
I think with Jose it was a bit like, maybe the right manager at the wrong time.
Yeah, and I think the fact that you can see the managers we're linked with at the moment, right? No one is anywhere near the caliber of what we've had in the past two managers. Yeah. So it just shows where he's at and where the club is at and who needed who more, to be honest. So that's the facts of the matter. So good luck to Jose at Roma, and wish him all the best.
All right, let's move on. This is from Sky Sports. Tottenham are on the hunt for a new striker, with Carlos Vinicius set to return to Benfica after his loan. A backup striker is very high on the agenda for Tottenham Hotspur this summer. No surprises, that is there.
Yeah, I think Carlos Vinicius, the fact that he's been left out by Mason as well, not just Jose, just shows maybe where his standing is at the moment.
At least at Jose, he was seeing the bench.
Yeah, at least he was getting a bit of game time off the bench and whatnot, but unfortunately isn't to be. I think obviously he did really well in Europa League, as we all know, but I just don't think he quite convinced when he was given minutes in the Premier League. So definitely we were never gonna pay that 45 million release clause. It was all about negotiating something lower, but we might be better off just looking elsewhere and getting maybe a bit more quality for our sub-striker. Maybe Dane Scarlett. Well, they said on the article our striker, it's a priority to bring someone in. So hopefully we'll bring someone in.
All right, let's keep going. Another one from Sky Sports talking about the centre-back situation at Tottenham, and they say Spurs have inquired about Bayern Munich's out-of-contract star Jerome Boateng and Southampton's Yannick Vestergaard, among other defenders, as they assess the upcoming transfer market. Those two signings both stink of Daniel Levy, but I really don't want either of them.
Well, considering the wages Boateng would want, it doesn't really.
Yeah, freebie though.
It is a freebie. It'll be at least a 150 a week, I'm thinking, at least.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, for sure. He's on big. Must be on big
every
wages.
Time I've seen Boateng play in the last few years, it just hasn't filled me with much confidence.
He had a great game against PSG.
Yeah, I didn't see. The first game or the second game?
I think it was the first one.
Because I saw one of his performances against PSG, and I didn't like the look of him. He looked slow. He looked like his feet were rooted to the ground.
Which was the one they won? He was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I think I'm talking about the first leg.
Second leg, he was great. He was great, and he rolled back the ears and gave a great performance. I actually think, last season as well, they won the Champions League, and he was actually he played the final, and he was quite good.
He's also very injury prone, man.
He is. You don't want Boateng as someone you want to rely on. You don't want that. You want Boateng as kind of what Thiago Silva is for Chelsea, someone who can come in for important games, or you can kind of manage him, but you wouldn't want him to rely on. He's too old and he's too injury prone.
When you look at our centre-back options, Eric Dyer, Davinson Sanchez, Toby Alderweireld, he'll probably come in as probably the best centre-back at the club, won't he?
Of course he would. Oh, hands down. Hands down. Is this Jerome Boateng we're talking about? As much as he made to look stupid by Messi that one time, he's still a top centre-back, I'm telling you.
For me, we need to be looking at setting our sights higher than Jerome Boateng. I think we need a younger, more dynamic, more faster, quick on his feet centre-back than Jerome Boateng, in my opinion. But anyway, let us know in the comment section below. Would you take Jerome Boateng at Spurs? For me, personally not, but let's see what the comments.
What about Vestergaard?
Oh,
We've said enough.
Forget Vestergaard. Seriously, I'm not even going to give that any time of day. But let's move on. Let's talk about Gareth Bale, because Deportes Cuatro, a publication out of Spain, says Tottenham want Gareth Bale on another year.
Brilliant pronunciation, I must say.
Yeah, well, there you go. I don't have to butcher everything.
He wants us for another year, do you say?
No, we want him.
Yeah, we want him for another year. Yeah, that's what I read. That it's look, we can activate the clause, but he obviously has to agree to it. I want him for another year. I think I want him for another year. I want him. So he comes in at the start of the season, as opposed to this season where he only came in November, December, didn't really have too many opportunities to play, and that's why he kind of lacked a lot of game time. And that's why this season is going to have a bit of... look, there's a lot of regret going into this season. The fact that we had Jose Mourinho, the fact that...
There's only bloody regret going into this season.
Kane and Son had world-ever seasons, yet we're nowhere in the league compared to what they've done. And another big regret is Bale, the fact that he's played so little. When he has played, he's scored goals. So I would love to see him under a new manager, under a more attacking manager, and playing more regularly. So yeah, I'll definitely take it. And also for his weight, I know he's got big wages. People say he's not worth the price and all that kind of stuff, but for that kind of quality, I can't see us getting that quality for any cheaper than what we're getting Bale. No transfer fee, just wages. Like for 12 million, I think it's definitely worth it.
For someone even close to that quality, you're going to have to play 50 million plus in a transfer fee, plus those kind of wages. So for me, it's an absolute no-brainer. I think that the majority of times he's been on the pitch for Tottenham this season, I think he's done himself a good service. I think, there has been the odd game here and there, and definitely the first half of the season when he was building up his fitness and stuff, where me and you were having the conversation, we're like, is this guy ever going to get back to his best? Every time he came on and like he did one thing, we're like, oh Gareth Bale, he's looking sharp, he's looking sharp. But the fact of the matter is, second half of the season when he's got on the pitch, he's looked very, very good. And under a new
clinical and confident.
And under a new manager in Ryan Mason, the first two games, he's been our best player in the Premier League for those two games. He's been in charge of.
So I got to say, I want him to stay. I definitely want him to stay at this
Gareth
point.
Bale.
And let's hope him. I think if in the last 4 games, if he really gets like two or three goals as well, has a really positive end to the season and has a good Euros, I think it's a no-brainer. I think it's a no-brainer
right now.
I think we'll keep him.
All right, and the last bit of news today is from a Bild German publication. They say Tottenham are interested in signing RB Leipzig goalkeeper Peter, wait for it, Gulacsi. Yeah, he used to be reserve keeper at Liverpool. Oh, really?
Yeah, he did. Bet you didn't know that.
Bit of knowledge there for you.
Exactly, he used to be reserve keeper at Liverpool. He's pretty decent. He's actually made a name for himself at Leipzig. I actually don't mind him.
I'm not going to lie, I've never heard of him. I've never seen him play.
Yeah, I've seen him. You saw it. You have seen him play.
Oh, I have seen him play.
You definitely have seen him play.
I have heard of him
play at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium last year, mate.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when he played Leipzig.
Oh,
he was their keeper.
Yeah, okay.
Well, you probably didn't see him in action.
I did not see him play.
I
still haven't seen him play, mate.
He didn't need to be.
Did we even have one shot on target in that Leipzig game?
Can't remember. I think the Salsa hit the post. That was the closest we got.
Exactly.
But look, he's been a decent keeper for them. Whether he's like one who's going to be a step up from Lloris, I don't know. But I know he's been quite good for Leipzig, and he's really stepped up from when he was a reserve keeper at Liverpool. I just know that.
What's going on at Leipzig? Because like every one of their players are like being touted out. Literally every single one. Konate's gone to Liverpool. Their manager's gone to Bayern Munich. Sabitzer looks like he's leaving this summer. Now the goalkeeper.
I just think they're a club like that. They don't really have much history, do they? It's just a brand new club, so players
want money though.
I know they got money, but players would rather, I think, like play for maybe like a better teams with more history. I
It's
think
just
And
stepping stone FC.
Yeah, definitely a stepping stone club. That's where they are. Even though they've got money and they're clearly very good for young players who want to develop themselves, a decent performing German side, but it never seems to be a long-term solution for players. They always seem to move on to better things.
Every single club in Germany is a stepping stone club except for Munich. It's mad.
They're all stepping stone to Munich. That's what they are. Yeah, that's literally they just raid the whole Bundesliga. They can pick whoever they want.
It's not fair, man. Though I mean, we all talk about how great German football is and how great the clubs are run, but then you got like all these clubs all feeding Bayern Munich. It's nuts.
They literally just whoever's second, they just take all their best players and then their manager as well. That's what they do. Scoop them up.
Yeah. All right, so there you have it. That is the Tottenham update for you today. We spoke about Jose Mourinho. He's already found a new job. Carlos Vinicius doesn't look like that loan is going to be extended. It looks like he will be going back to Benfica this summer. Tottenham have made inquiries for Jerome Boateng and Yannick Vestergaard, amongst other centre-backs. Gareth Bale, Tottenham want Gareth Bale to extend the year, an extra year. And, you know, if we do extend that year, he's on a free at the end of in that year as well, doesn't he?
So that's full wages we're paying. That's
exactly.
we're less likely to get him on a free than on loan.
And then the last one we spoke about was the RB Leipzig goalkeeper, Peter Gulacsi. So that is your Tottenham update today. Like, subscribe and comment. And as always, come on you Spurs.